of your opening. These are the days of your opening. Farther and wider and deeper and wider and over and over and over and over. 'Cause these are the days of your opening.
Probably all of you have the experience, conscious or not, of blocking out some of the voices that you hear inside of yourself. And maybe also you have the experience from time to time of over-favoring one of these parts that just shows up maybe a little bit more than would be actually helpful, but there it is, pushing its way up to the front.
And I'm realizing how powerless I am, which is never good when you're filled with hate, because you're just, then you start doing, just get angry. And I'm realizing that then, so what are we supposed to do? And these women are so inspiring because they came and they said, well, there's nothing else to do. We have to change the world.
I wanted to fight against it, but I had this plan, and I had to trust the plan. I had to trust that this idea that everyone gets to play. Everyone gets to play is going to work.
Compromise can help foster confidence in a final decision because it imbues that decision with more than the power of your own energy, but gives everyone on your team a stake in the outcome. Your team roots for you, and this gives you a confidence that often becomes infectious and is passed on to the members of your team, thus giving you all a kind of collaborative swagger.
In, and Henry tells his men to be lenient with the town's citizens. Now, this might seem like madness, but clearly there was method in it. Henry just wouldn't give in. He kept pressing on and just wouldn't quit till he won.
You want to talk about swagger?
Real swagger?
Yeah. And then you talk about Henry V.
I knew from very young that I could be a part of creating something bigger than myself. And I knew that it was my responsibility to be a part of that. Now, as I became exposed to more and more of Unitarian Universalism, I discovered that there were things that were unique about my little congregation. That actually, in a lot of congregations, you have to work really hard to get that culture of shared ministry that just came naturally to us.
To start from scratch and start over, and we need to create models where we can imagine what that world to come will look like, where we can practice living in the world as it might be.
One of my favorite examples is if I said to somebody in this room, could you help me fly back to San Francisco tonight after the talk? And you say, well, yeah, I totally understand your interests, and yes, I will help you with that. And I'm perfectly willing to go down to Boston Logan Airport and grab an airplane and fly you back to San Francisco. And my next question is, great, I give you a 5 on those. Do you have a pilot's license? And you say, nope, never flown a plane in my life. I give you a 0 on that. I'm not trusting you to fly me back to San Francisco.
These are the days of your opening. These are the days of your opening.
Tonight, the launch of UU Talks is a dream come true. Not so much my dream, but the dream of Unitarian Universalists nationwide. Okay, I work independently with our congregations. I work with Unitarian Universalist growth, outreach, media, helping our congregations in various ways learn to be awesome, maybe even more awesome than they are at the moment. And as I've been leading trainings over the course of the last 5 years, whenever we're talking about outreach and especially video, there's always someone who says, Peter, can't we have our own version of TED Talks? And everyone's like, yeah, we want UU TED Talks. And I say, that's a great idea. We just need to find a Unitarian Universalist with a deep knowledge of TED Talks. And I said, not me. And so it was quiet for years until recently, well, actually, it's been how long? Almost 2 years ago. Twinkle contacted me out of the blue. I'd never met her before. And I did a happy dance because she said, Peter, I'm a Unitarian Universalist and a TEDx Talk organizer, event planner, and award-winning television producer. And so there began our collaboration to help bring this model of sharing Unitarian Universalist ideas with the world from Unitarian Universalist speakers and our friends in larger networks so that we can really share the best of Unitarian Universalism with the world.
It's about outreach. It's about sharing our Unitarian Universalist values with the world. And speakers, UU Talk speakers are not all Unitarian Universalists, but they're aligned with the things that we're aligned with in our hearts and our minds. The other thing that we will be doing is going out to congregations and Unitarian Universalist groups and working with them to help them bring events like this to their congregation.
Farther and wider and deeper and wider and over and over and over and over, 'cause these are the days of your own.